Welcome back to our channel EduWave online classes. Today in class 9 biology we will learn flowering plants. For that we have to know the parts of a flower. So I have chosen a China rose flower to show you. Why do you know? Because China rose flower is a complete flower. We will check out all the parts of the China rose flower, but first of all, we need to know what is a function of a flower. Function of the flower is, it is the modified shoot which actually helps in reproduction of a plant and production of seeds or fruits. Okay, so we will now know the parts of a complete flower. So this is a stalk of a flower. This is the stalk of a flower with which it is connected to a branch. So this is the function of the pedicel with which it is connected to the branch. These are the petals, the most colorful parts of the flower. Now here in China rose we have a leaf-like structure. This is the apicalyx. These are these small structures are the apicalyx, and this green part is the calyx, and the unit of calyx is sepal. That means here in China rose we have 5 sepals forming one calyx. Now here the sepals are fused. Later in the chapter we will learn that there are several kinds of calyx. Fused calyx, free calyx. Okay, now the thing is that what is a thalamus? Now thalamus is a part of the flower from where other parts or other whorls of a flower arises. You can see a bulk structure over here. This particular point is the thalamus from where all the other parts like petals, sepals, everything, they arise in the flower. Okay, now first of all we will read about calyx. Now calyx are green in color. Mostly they are formed by sepals. The unit of calyx is the sepals. Now let's check out the parts of a complete flower. Now students, you can see that in this particular calyx the sepals are united. This is a sepal, this is a sepal. There are 5 in number. Total 5 sepals are present in a China rose flower. Now here sepals are united, they are not free. So this condition is known as gamosepalous, and if it is free then it can be called as polysepalous. Poly means many. Okay. Now some of the sepals in different plants, the sepals are colored, not only green colored, they are very attractive colored like gulmohar. Okay, now here sepals protect the inner part of the plant in the bud stage. So we know that when the flower is in bud stage, mostly it looks like green in color. So what is the function of the calyx? The function of the calyx is to protect the flower when it is in bud stage. So many of the buds of the flower, if we see or if we observe clearly, we can see that it is green in color because of the calyx. Now in hibiscus, which is the specimen for today, apicalyx are found. Now apicalyx, what is this? Small, very small leaf-like structures are present below the calyx. You can see here 2 I have collected. Now like this 5 sepals are present forming the apicalyx. Now corolla is the very attractive part of the flower. This is the corolla of our China rose flower, and this is the main cause to attract insects for pollination. Later in this chapter we will read what is pollination. Now corolla, what is corolla? These are made up of petals. Now one particular is the petal and together it forms the corolla part of the flower. So unit of corolla is the petals. Okay. Now if the petals are united, they are known as gamopetalous, Same as sepals. If the sepals are united, it was gamosepalous. And if the petals are united, this is known as gamopetalous. And if the petals are free, they are known as polypetalous. See here the condition, the petals are free, only attached at the base. Okay, they are free, they are not fused to each other. So this is known as polypetalous. Now, if the petals are fused with each other, forming this kind bell type of structure, then this is known as gamopetalous. Okay, so now again revise. If the sepals are fused, they are known as gamosepalous, and if the petals are fused, they are known as gamopetalous. If the sepals are free, they are known as polysepalous. If the petals are free, they are known as polypetalous. Students, do not get confused. If it is sepals, then it will be gamosepalous. If it is petals, it will be gamopetalous. Now, what are the functions of these petals? These petals are very colorful. Why? To attract insects and birds and many other pollinating agents to pollinate themselves. Okay, so insects get attracted by these bright colored petals. The next wall is androecium. Now androecium is made up of stamen, and each stamen is made up of filament, anther and connective. Now let us study. We can see the connective. This is the connective. Okay. Now if you study this particular yellow portion is the anther lobe, and this is the filament. The slender pipe-like structure is the filament. Now it is the connective. It is the connective. Okay. Do you know what is present inside anther lobe? Pollen grains. Yes. Now the pollen grains contains the male cell. So this is why androecium is the male part of the flower. Okay. Now androecium consists of anther, filament and a connective. So this is the male part of the flower. Now let's check out the female part of the flower. Now this is the structure of female part of a plant, which is known as gynoecium. In this gynoecium, three parts are present. One is the stigma. The long, slender pipe-like structure is style, and this is the ovary. Now this, why it is known as the female part? Because ovaries are connected. Okay. Now ovaries contains ovules, which are the female cells. Okay. Now in androecium we have got the pollen grains, which contains the male cells. Now in the gynoecium we have ovaries, in which ovules are present, which are female cells. So in this China rose flower we have got all the parts like calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. This is why it is known as bisexual flower and a complete flower. So this is for today. In the next video I will share some of the more topics of this chapter. Till then, stay tuned and don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel.